Well, yes, it's true. I'm selling my house, my waterfront estate. I love it, but when things go parabolic, like this house has, or when a stock goes parabolic, or when a crypto goes parabolic, you gotta know when to get out. If it's about emotion, we stay. If it's about sentiment, we probably stay. If it's about logic and making a savage sacrifice so that I can wait for the bottom of the real estate market and throw 100 grand down on 40 different houses to fix and ride that whole cycle up and get paid, well, sometimes you got to make a sacrifice, and you got to do that on the cycles. So I might have to do that 2 more times so that when I'm old, I can just, 800 G's on that house, 1,000 or 900 million, whatever. I could just live good. I could be cruising. I could be playing the penny slots with the missus, whatever. But yes, that's my house. I'm very sad. Now, we had an open house, a few of them, and we have 4 people interested. One of the guys that I met, he was a pro football player. He played for the Carolina Panthers and then was transferred to the Miami Dolphins. He is very interested in the home, the furniture, and the boat, according to a real estate agent. And he was real cool. I met him. I talked to him. I actually liked the guy. I would, if anybody could get the house, it's a special house. He'd be a cool guy, and his family's cool. I think they would enjoy this. So let's look at some charts. Now, I want to show you something. I've been trying to show you on this channel the last couple of videos. I haven't been making as many videos because I've been really busy with the open houses. I've been traveling. I've just had a lot going on. But I've been trying to show you the system. And I've been explaining it in the Discord and the Wheelhouse Wednesdays and to the Jedis and showing them through all the market volatility. When it's a very volatile market, I do it on a smaller time frame. And we were on the minutes, and then we were on the hours. And then I said, look, I'm going to do the simulator. I'm going to do it on the daily. And I was going to show you guys how entries and exits and why it's so important to follow that system and those rules and those conditions, and you can win. Now, I told you that I had made 2,300% in one of the simulators that I started in February, trying this out so I could show you, because I wanted to teach everybody if it worked. I thought it would, and I just did it robotically. When something happened, I bought. When something happened, I sold. And then I would short, and then I would cover, and I would just go back and forth, and I would do it on the hourly. And I would basically use this blue line. I'd buy, I'd sell, I'd short, I'd cover, I'd buy, I'd just do that. But I would do it over here on the hourly where it dips more. So it would go, buy, sell, short, cover, buy. And what I do is I buy on the blue and I sell on the cloud, just so you know. So I sell on the cloud, I buy on this blue line, and I basically sell when the cloud closes. That's kind of my thing. So right here, and I look at the volume. So it's a little early. I like to do it in the middle. There's the triangle. You start seeing the volumes coming up. And then when the cloud closes, I get out, and then look what happens, okay? Now, this system, you can do it on the minutes, the 5 minutes, the 1 hour, the daily. The way it works, it's momentum-based. And it also follows the way the institutional money sets their algos. So it's doing it this way and following it to a T. Like for instance, when you go above the 9, you're really, really bullish. And if you're above the 200, you're extra bullish and your ribbon is blue. You're putting the probability in your favor is what I'm trying to show you. Okay. Then when the candles start going above the 5, you get a 5 to 9 cross, and this cloud expands. And when it expands, it pushes up this momentum, and the hike in the sheet keeps you in from panic selling and getting worried. Also, this blue line does the same thing. Now I'm going to show you some of the profits. I can't show you all of them because I trade a lot, and this goes all the way back from February, but I will show you. I just did a little recording. I'll show you. It was up from 1 million to 23 million. Now it's up at 32 million, and that has only been like another week and a half. Momentum breeds momentum. Most of those trades were done on the hourly, and it takes a very specific type of person to be able to sit here and grind through a watch list and click through all kinds of watch lists and hunt stuff and do everything very robotically. But you can do it on a smaller scale. I'm just doing it everything in bulk to make sure everything works properly before I teach it or I write a book about it or whatever I do. So I do know that it works. And I've tried it on different time frames. I've tried it different ways. Every one of them works better than anything I've ever seen. So let me show you some of the profits. See, I've been trying to explain to you that if you follow the system, okay, and I'm making it very, very simple. If you just enter a certain way and then you exit a certain way, and all you have to do is hold, you choose the time frame, but the time frame depends on the market environment. So lately I've been talking about the daily. I've also told you it makes me nervous because I prefer short time frames in trading, but I wanted to show you that it can be done on the daily. And you're just gonna have to kind of be patient. It's gonna go up and down, it's gonna wiggle back and forth, it's gonna look scary sometimes, but overall the trend will go up, and overall that indicator will stay blue for you, and it'll continue to stay in a blue cloud, and it will go up and up and up until it's done. And this goes on forever because I've been doing it since February so that I could get to this point and show you and teach you guys this. And there's a lot more. It goes on forever. I've been doing it for a while. Let's go look at some. Yeah, so there's a lot of them. I was doing that on the hourly, basically like I was explaining, where you buy when this goes blue and you exit when the cloud pinches. Right there it pinches. You also got signals. This went red. You could have got out there, or there. It just depends. I try to use kind of like the best. You got to make decisions, and I want to be very clear. You don't just buy when it goes blue and sell when the cloud closes. Yeah, that's like core part of the system for the technicals, but you got to be doing like all the normal, really important stuff, like, because now I've amassed a lot in the simulator so I can buy a lot. But when you first start, you don't have probably as much money. And so you got to be picky. So you want to look for institutional support. Is it a breakout out of a base? What's that volume looking like? Is it Fibonacci, zone? I mean, is the index is moving? Is the industry group moving within the index? Like, you're making best judgment, best decisions, and then you're buying this way and exiting that way. And this is like a guardrail for to hold on to your gains with the exit and to know when to get in, because the momentum is shifting, the money is coming in. And like I had explained in a lot of other videos, these little triangles, these green triangles or red triangles, and this line right here, it has over 40, I think it's 40 or 50 different indicators all built into the coding that you can't even see. and it just shows up in this simple little green triangle. Sick. So yeah, I mean, you don't even have to have supports or resistances on your chart. It picks it up. It picks up engulfing candles, gap downs, divergences, MACD divergences, it does stochastics, it does Chalkins, it does Bollinger Bands, it does deviations, it does linear regressions, it does all that built into this little triangle. So sick. You guys got to get in my Discord. I give you all the coding, all the settings, everything. It's $99 a month or $665 a year. You get personal one-on-one coaching with me. I'll teach you how to do it. There's really cool people in that Discord. You also get all the courses, which is killer. The courses are sick. And the Wheelhouse Wednesdays, the group trainings, people love those. And there's more stuff in there too. But it's just worth it. It's just really, really worth it. But yeah, I mean, use this as kind of your guideline. But yeah, you want to be paying attention to the right industry groups, the leaders, the institutional support, what phase are you in the market phases or the stages of the bases, and you want to understand all that stuff like I do, and then make your best decisions based upon all of it collectively. Okay. So don't just buy when it goes blue and sell when it goes red. Yeah, you can do that. I've done that, and it does work as well. But you'll do a heck of a lot better if the indexes, or if the whole industry group is moving, the sector is moving, and the index is moving. You want to always use your decisions to put the probabilities more in your favor. That's the way that you hold on to those gains, and you have a lot less problems. And remember, 80% of all future problems go away with the right entry, okay? So let's take a look at some of the indexes. Now, I had kind of told you in that last video, I said, everybody's talking about bear trap, fake out, or bull trap, fake out, And I said to the guys in the Discord, and I even made a YouTube video, and I said, I don't know. I don't think so yet. I'm still going to stay in because the rules and conditions and the process and the system tells me. And here over on the Dow, it's blue. Okay, the cloud is blue. Yeah, that's a doji. This is a resistance. We got to be on alert. We're under a 200. We do have a red ribbon. There's good and there's bad. It's risky under the 200. I'm not claiming a trend reversal, okay, on an index. I'm just saying when you want to run those Dow stocks, you want to make sure your index is looking like this, where it has this blue line and it has that cloud, that 5 to 9 cross we were talking about. If we get, this is a pivot high, a swing high, and it's a minor trend reversal, but we need to get past this one. We need to get past this area right here, and then this area. There's a lot of work to do, and it's going to take time. And eventually, this will just be some big old base. And then when it breaks out, it starts the new bull run when it gets past here. And when it goes, it's going to go. It's going to launch. It's going to be nasty, and we'll be here for you. So yeah, we're still in, but we want to keep an eye on things. CPI report comes out Friday, so that's, I think, market's a little flat, little tentative right now, in anticipation for that. The index is kind of like the same. So the SPY, same thing, again, off of a resistance, but we're blue here in the cloud. Volume's looking okay. It's kind of falling off a little bit though. We just want to keep an eye on it today when you guys watch this. Same thing with the NASDAQ, okay? We're still able to be in, but we want to keep an eye because it's not crazy momentum. I'll show you charts that have like sick momentum where you would know the difference, okay? These little ups and then the wicks down, I don't like that. Even though it's closing positive on the day, we want to keep an eye. Now the Russell is showing a little bit more strength than the other ones. It started first, you can tell by the thickness of the cloud, and we are kind of, this was a double bottom, kind of like they're pivot lows, and it's kind of a reverse breakout, if you will. I don't know what you want to call it exactly, but it's going in the right direction. And volume is holding, so that's good. And your MACD still is saying you can be in the small caps, so that's good. Now, I know a lot of people were very nervous about Bitcoin, and I am just going to hold to my guns, and I'm just going to say what I've been saying the whole time. When this went blue, I got it. Okay, it was somewhere in the 29s, and you know it has been shaky. It's been bumpy, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be bumpy if you're doing this on the daily. But as long as it goes up, say 10%, and then it comes down 2%, it comes down 3%, and then you're still net positive 5%. And then all of a sudden, you get one of these days where it goes up another 4. So now you're net positive 9%. And then it comes back 6%. You're still net positive 3%. It's going to stay blue if you're net positive against the time, okay? That's what you have to understand. All this is there to shake you out. Liquidity wigs, market makers, it's all part of the game. You got to know how to play the game or you can't win the game. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to stay in, and we've been staying in through all this clutter and all these videos going on about, you know, freaking out. Like, I mean, look at this on the hourly on Bitcoin yesterday. Savage. Boom. Maybe it was the SEC. Maybe it's this new Congress bill. Maybe some guy sold a ton of Bitcoin. You know, maybe, you know, it's a whole bunch of reasons. Whatever. There's always going to be catalysts. There's always going to be reasons. But as long as you know to get out and you know to get back in, that's how you play the game. But I want to show you this. This savage drop that everybody was worried about, when you go back to the daily, it didn't even phase it. It didn't even phase it. You know why? Because when it dropped down really far, it still was net positive against where it started a week back. It's still going up. It just goes up and comes down, goes up and comes down, and goes up and comes down. As long as it's going up more, you're net positive, and this will stay blue, and it'll prevent you from being shaken out. Also, when these go blue and they curve, it can always mean a bottom. So you want, like right here, could have been a bottom, ended up going up for a while and didn't, but you knew how to get out, and then you buy it the next time. Here's the next time we're going to go. Maybe it comes up and we have to get out, and then maybe the bottom's down here. We don't know. We just know not to get shaken out, trust it, stay in, buy when it does that, get out when it does this, rinse and repeat, stack chips, get paid. You know, that's the deal, okay? Now, I want to tell you something. Pretty much the cryptos, they're looking good. Check this out. Here, let me just... So I know Litecoin was banging earlier. Look at Cardano. Okay. Same thing. Now look, you got your little cloud. It went blue. There's a green triangle, choppy volume, but trending up. Okay. Let's look at Algorand. Okay. It's very light, kind of very light in the price action, but it just went blue. Let's take a look on the hourly, see if there's some momentum, and there is. Boom. So boom, down, boom, and there's that blue one. And I like to trade on the hourly. Remember I showed you all those simulations? What I do is I wait for this on the hourly to go blue, and then I sell when it goes red. That way I'm in first and I'm out first before anything's even happening on the daily. The reason I do it on the hourly instead of like the minutes or 5 minutes is because the way the market ebbs and flows, if you don't give it enough time, like on the hourly, you can get shaken out and then it'll pop right after. It's weird. So, and I've tried it on all time frames. So on the hourly, I'm usually in a trade for, it's something like about 3 days if it's stocks, which is about 18 to 20 hours. And if it's crypto, just call it like I don't know, maybe like a day, I don't know, like a day and a half, 2 days. It's just different every time, kind of. But as long as you kind of have that rule where you're like, oh, it just went blue, and you can see the cloud, and especially if you're trending up on the daily. Now, I keep saying this in all the videos. This obviously looks, you guys probably think I'm nuts, and I am a little nuts. So this obviously looks like we're trending down. I mean, that's a downtrend. I mean, right? It is. Okay, it is. But when this goes blue, it's the beginning of an uptrend. That's what I'm trying to tell you. People are holding. They're selling less. They're buying more. The volume is changing. It's a shift, okay? And that shift ends up changing the color, giving you a green triangle, and then boom, baby, boom, get paid, my ninja. You see what I'm saying? And the length of time that this comes down is usually the length of time it'll go back up. Okay, so are we at a bottom? I don't know. I can't say that. But I know to enter here and I know to exit. And if it comes down further, we'll buy that bottom. But we want to make money as traders. And I'm showing you, just how you can do it on the daily. And again, you can do it on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 5 minute. One of the guys in the Discord mentioned it works so good on the 5 minute that I actually started playing with it. I didn't take any trades, but I was watching it on the 5 minute. And I think I'm going to take some trades. I think, we'll see what happens. But yeah, the crypto is starting to show this blue line, and that's very positive. Obviously, you want some bigger momentum on that price action, but look, there it is again. And just so you know, it's not great when it first starts. It's great when it curves and gets to the middle and goes one tick up in the direction of price action. That's when you know it's going to run. Okay, let's look at Gala. All right, same thing. It's turning. Okay. Atom, same thing, okay? We'll see where they go. We like it when it turns. So see right here? It came down. When it's coming down, it's more dangerous. When it gets over here and it starts going in the direction, see how it starts going up with the price action? Right there, where it starts to go up is when all these algos and all these different trading systems, they start picking up on the momentum. And you're like first in, first out, especially if you're on the hour. It's so sick. Solana's been beaten down. It's one of the ones that I like a lot. But if you're going to add to it, it just it's just got blue. You can't really see it behind there. It's got double green triangles. So that's good. It must be picking something up. Aave is another one that I like. And this one is curving. Now, it looks like a little rejection here, and we'll see what happens. But just trust the system. It's going to be shaky. I promise you, it's going to be shaky. But overall, you'll be net positive, and that's what I'm trying to show you. So, okay, so let's look at what is it? It's called. Oh, it's down here. Okay, and now I want to show you. These charts. Okay, and we're going to stay on the daily. These are stocks. Okay. So they're all going to have something in common, okay? They're all pretty much going to be above this purple line. They're going to have a blue ribbon, and they're either going to be just about ready to get a blue right here. See the triangle? The triangle is letting you know, and the cloud is closing, or they're already going to be there. So that's when you get that triangle, this closes, and that goes blue, and your volume starts to spike and your indicators are looking good, and you notice that it happens to be in the right sector and all these other, you put all these things together like we talked about, go time. That's where you make your decision, okay? So let's take a look at a few. See how this thing, it ran you all the way up, it got you out a little bit on a dip. What I do is I default to the ribbon sometimes, but yeah, if you just want to be ultra tight, you just sell when it goes red, rebuy when it goes blue, and you stay up, and boom, it went red right there. And it gets you out, and if you notice where it got you out, which is this candle right here, okay? That candle right there. So it's red there, and you got to go to the candle above it. And if you notice, it got you in a little bit less. So you made all this money up, okay? You got out right there, and then you got in a little earlier, which is this candle, okay? So you actually saved yourself the damage, and you compounded your money to this candle. So you actually got to buy in a little bit lower. So you got out here on this candle, skipped all this, and because it wants the money to be right, you don't need to catch this. It'll tell you, it'll go blue. And it went blue on this candle, which is lower than where you sold. So you're actually picking it up. And then boom, eventually you're going to get a breakout, and it's going to keep running, okay? So this is what they all have in common. See, blue cloud, ribbon, 200. Okay, I'm going to go faster. Just went blue. Okay, this whole thing. Boom, gets you out, skip the damage. It tells you double triangles. You can run the cloud. You can do this for safety, and off to the races. Boom. Okay, look at this. Boom. Same thing. Boom. Look at these guys. Look at these. Boom. All you do is enter and you hold. and it'll be shaky. It's shaky on every one of these candles, but you can see that it knows more than us. Okay, it's going to count. It's going to do all the little mathematics for us. It's going to say, hey, you know what? If it starts being more selling, or you start getting longer downtrends, or the percentage of selling is higher, then yeah, it's going to go red and it's going to change on you. It's going to let you know. But if people keep buying and holding, and the volume keeps coming in, and all these positive things you want to see when it's trending up, it'll stay blue for you and it'll keep going. Okay, same thing. Look at this. There's your blue cloud I told you about. There's this. There's your ribbon. There's your 200. Look at your volume indicators looking good. These all have the same thing in common. Okay. If you put every single thing in your portfolio that looks like this, you can't sell me on the fact that you're not going to make money unless you entered in the middle, or you entered wrong, or you panic sold early on a down day or something. Because remember, there are purple candles in here. Look, if I put the regular candles on, look, there's down days in here, guys. There's down days, but when you have the hike and the she, it's momentum based. Okay, so it's gonna show you that we're still trending up. Okay, and so is this, and your volume, all these different things. So again, a lot of these are the ones that I'm simulating to get all that money. Except what I'm doing, now in the Jedi simulator, I'm doing it on the daily like we're looking. But on the one that I showed you with all the profits, what I do is I'm using the same watch list, but what I do is I go to the hourly. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm basically coming in on the blue, selling on the red. Okay, buying the blue, selling the red, 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 buying the blue. It's a lot more work. And yes, you could totally just chill and you could totally just run it up. Okay, this is probably not the best example because this thing's on a straight tear. But there's going to be ones that are not going to be tearing this hard. Okay, they're not all like that. They're just not. So it's up to you. Like if you work or maybe you don't want to trade as much, you just do it on the daily and you just let it run. I like doing it on the hourly. I wanted to try that because it's very tight and you're holding on to all your gains. You're just skipping all these dips. You're just skipping, there's 2 down days or whatever it may look like. Like, let's check it out. So this thing ran. These are all hours. You got out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a doji, which we look for. There's your triangle. Okay. Now, this is red and this is showing strength. But if you didn't want to be in, you got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Another triangle at 22 hours, you rebuy. So you skipped 3 days in the stock market of downward pressure and you just re-entered at the direct level of where you left off. See what I'm saying? Actually, a little bit better. Maybe you got in, $1.50 or something lower. So that's what I'm saying. I come in and out on the hourly, but you're welcome to do it on the daily. I just didn't want to recommend the daily to people while we're in a volatile bear market because it's just too crazy. It's too much whipsaw. When it's hella volatile, like it was in December, January, I was down on the minutes, and then it kind of loosened up a little bit. I was on the hours, and it kind of feels like, okay, we can take a look at the daily. I might get hurt. We'll see. But so far, so good. But yeah, there's that momentum, blue ribbon, 200, boom. It's the same thing, systematic. And then you just plug and play institutional support. I got a way to look at that. Is it in a base? Is it a breakout? Is it in the right sector? Is it in the right industry group? Does it have good fundamentals? I'm looking at all these other things, Fibonacci, supports, resistance. I'm looking at all of it, making my decision because you just can't afford everything, right? And and it works. And it's not that hard. I got everything figured out. It's basically all in the technicals. And it just at the end, when you sell, you're selling at a profit. And that's what I had showed you with the recording with all those profits. It's just me doing this, I've been doing it for months. And of course, when you do the hourly, I had to be up in the after hours, in the pre-market, during the market. So I was exhausted doing the YouTube videos, but I was doing that because I really wanted to, do thousands or tens of thousands of tests and make sure, that it worked. And lo and behold, like that thing goes. That's why I'm not worried about Bitcoin, guys. That's why I'm not worried. Now, the difference between Bitcoin and a chart like this is Bitcoin is still under the 200 and doesn't have a blue ribbon. Okay, that's very serious. Okay, above the 200 is bullish, below the 200 is bearish. Blue ribbon is bullish, especially above a 200. Red ribbon is bearish, especially below a 200. But we're traders, okay? So we're going to trade that cloud and we're going to trade this indicator and we're going to trade it even underneath. But we just know the probability of danger is a little bit higher and we have to have our exit rules. So look, that's all I want to talk about. Boom. Who loves you, baby? I hooked you up. Like the video, subscribe, come in the Discord. Let me teach you. I'm gonna hook you up. We're gonna start making some money together. I appreciate you watching to the end and welcome to the wheelhouse.